Hi Geminis, welcome to my channel. um, I'm sorry guys, I was supposed to do this reading yesterday, but I was not feeling well, and of course it was something that I ate and or drank that I wasn't supposed to. No, it wasn't alcohol. Um, the one thing I've noticed is the more that you heal, the more sensitive you are to things that you put in your body. Um, and so I had a couple energy drinks and that totally threw off my system. So I still don't feel well today, but this is me showing up for myself, right? Um, so here I am, a great example of uh, self-love, showing up for myself, and also what not to do. What to do and what not to do. Which two things can be true at once, right? Which is Gemini. Okay. The way I like to do my readings is I like to do the etheric energy and then ground it down to the 3D. I do meditate on your guys' cards. If I get messages, then I will let you guys know. I didn't get anything for you guys though. I just got a lot of red. I just saw a lot of red in my meditation, which for me is the sacral chakra. So I feel like some of you guys have some Taurus in your chart, or you guys have a big 3 in Taurus, something like that. There's some kind of Taurus because I do see a little bit of crisscrossing. So the way that my readings are is it's almost like a storyline, and the way your placement is like let's say your sun or your rising, whatever is being affected the most at that time, is kind of where your story, you drop into that story. Does that make sense? So this almost seems a little bit of a continuation of yesterday. It is a little bit different, but the energy is very similar. In fact, we're starting off with the healing card, which yesterday was one of Taurus's cards, right? But you guys are starting off with this energy, and the bottom of the deck is the energy that I take, as in the energy that you guys are in right now, right? So I feel like there's been a lot of healing going on. And also I did speak to somebody that saw one of my videos, and she said that I sounded nervous. I'm not nervous. So the reason why sometimes I pause, or it seems like I'm unsure of what to say next, is because one, the algorithm has become very sensitive on what we say now, one, and I have a very potty mouth, two, and three, I get a lot of downloads. I am not originally first a tarot reader. I am an empath, a psychic, whatever it is that you want to call it. So a lot of the messages that I receive are downloads as I'm reading. Like I hear things, I see images, I hear names, feelings, movies, like any way they can get me messages. So if I stop, it's because I'm getting download and I'm hearing. And sometimes, like if you're hearing and I'm trying to talk, or I'll see a card and I'll see a message pop up, and so I kind of wait to see exactly what it is that I'm trying to say, and bring it down to the 3D as much as possible so that people understand what I'm saying, right? Because sometimes when we speak too 5D or too etherically, you won't understand what I'm saying. In fact, there's some people that speak and I'm just like, I did not understand what so I'm just trying to make it easier for anybody. So just in case you guys see me stop and start, it's because of that. So here we go. Okay, so you guys have been healing a lot. A lot. I feel like you guys have been, I don't want to say, this feels, like I said, this feels a lot like Taurus's reading. And mind you, this is Gemini for Sun, Moon, Rising, and even Venus if you have it in Venus, because that could be for relationships. And I don't know why, but my right ear has suddenly plugged up, and it's doing that weird sound, like the bump, the dun dun when you talk. And that just started. I have no idea where that came from. I haven't had that in a long time, but it's doing that now. So I don't know if some of you guys are having ascension symptoms, which can feel like the flu, headache. Oh yeah, you guys need to drink water, and I'm talking about like a lot of water. I got so thirsty in your guys' meditation. to the point where I was drinking and drinking and drinking water. See, I'm kind of like all over the place because the messages are coming in and then they'll remind me, and then, okay, we'll try to get organized. I was drinking so much water to the point where I was full. I couldn't drink any more water, and I still was so thirsty I couldn't even speak or swallow because my mouth was just like I was thirsty. So I feel like some of you guys are having ascension symptoms. You guys could be going through stomach pains, issues with like abdominal issues, anything that has to do with like, you know, stomach. So like going to the bathroom too much, being nauseated, headaches, dizziness, body aches, I'm hearing, and also foot pain, which I don't know what that is, but feet pain. Also like a heaviness in the chest, some anxiety. There's a lot of movement going on right now, especially with Jupiter being in Gemini. That is a very, very, very lucky placement to have Gemini in your rising, because it means that right now basically you have the Midas touch. As long as you're putting in the work and you're doing things in a way. I'm hearing this line that I have somebody else that I hear all the time, and I love the way she says this. But basically, the means and the ends are the same, right? And you can agree with this and you cannot. That's absolutely fine. We don't have to agree on anything. I personally do agree with it because it is a foundation. So like, let's say somebody goes and robs a bank, but they want to build a homeless shelter, right? Yes, they did it for a good cause, but they did it in a wrong way. So the foundation is not solid. So I'm hearing, as long as your means to an end match, then everything that you touch at this point will prosper. As long as you're working in tandem with the universe, everything that you touch will prosper. If you do not, it will prosper, but it won't last. That is what I'm hearing, okay? There is a lot of abundance coming in, especially for Geminis, especially if you've been doing the work. Like I said, there is abundance coming in for Geminis that haven't done the work, but it's not lasting. It's like the example I've been given is like people that go on TikTok and have like like that Hawk Tuah girl who had her 15 minutes of fame and then they're never heard of again, right? Instead of somebody that is putting in the hard work and putting in the time and putting in the manifestation and doing all those things and changing their mindset and understanding that as long as you're working with the right people and the right systems, it will take a little bit longer, but it is long-standing. This is generational wealth that we're talking about here, okay? So remember, the means and the ends are the same. You don't have to agree with me. That's absolutely fine. We can have different opinions, because I can feel that some people are like, I don't agree with that. That's absolutely fine. These are just the messages I'm getting, and this is just me. This is not even me giving you the message. These are messages that I get from my guides, from a higher power, and they're given to you, right? You don't have to take them. You don't have to believe me. This isn't even me saying it. And everybody's opinion changes within days. People are like, you're different. Yeah, I am different. I'm supposed to be different. We're supposed to grow. You're supposed to grow. Even from yesterday, last week, 2 weeks ago, in the last 7 years, I've lived 4 different lives. Like, you're not supposed to stay the same. You're supposed to grow, be different, have different opinions, have different ideas. Because the more you grow, the more you understand, the more your mind expands, and you see things in a 360 vision, understanding things from other people's perspectives and yours, right? So, of course, your opinions are going to change, and maybe in 2 years, I'll think differently from everything, a single thing I've ever thought of now. Right? Okay, so you guys are breaking free. I'm hearing from a 16-year cycle. 16 years. There has been a cycle that you guys have been trying to break free from. And I said this in Taurus. Again, that's why I say that there's a lot of intermingling with Taurus. And so, again, if you have that placement, watch that reading. But there has been a 16-year cycle where you guys have been going through rough relationships, lessons of reprogramming yourself, because I'm hearing that a lot of the Geminis that I'm reading for, or at least the placements that I'm reading for, had really rough relationships. That includes parents, siblings, friendships, a lot of backstabbing. There were very hard lessons. And there was a 16-year lesson that many of these Geminis, many of you Geminis have been going through, that has been basically unprogramming you from all of the things that you went through, all of those lessons, and basically allowing those lessons to integrate so that you can start seeing and understanding those lessons and seeing them for 360. Also allowing that ego to release and let go. We tend to hold on to things and hold on to things and hold on to things, and we don't even know it's there anymore until it gets pulled out by another trauma, by another situation. And you can either, one, choose to recluse yourself, or take that lesson and harbor anger, or you can understand the lesson, and instead of allowing it to close you off, allow it to teach you that maybe who you are and loving unconditionally is what people need. It's just learning when to cut it off when it's that time, right? Don't ever regret giving love to anybody, even if they don't reciprocate, even if you know that they're just not that interested in you, whatever it is. Don't ever regret giving out love, because love is unconditional. Unconditional does not mean unconditional tolerance. It means unconditional love. I love you unconditionally. You're a human being. I love you just because you're alive. Just like when people say, oh, they're just your pets. No, they have a beating heart. They're alive, right? Loving unconditionally. Okay, I love you even though you're a piece of... But you need to stay over there, okay? But I'm not going to close off or change who I am or become bitter because of what you did. I'm not going to change who I am because I wasn't the problem. And if I did make some mistakes, then I'll work on that. But I'm still not going to change who I am, because you're not going to change me because you're bitter, right? Or you're angry, or you choose to see life the way you choose to see life. I'm going to continue growing and understanding that it had nothing to do with me, what you did. And I'm going to love the next person even more, right? Or love everybody even more. As a person who feels a lot, I hate people and I love people, right? It's a love-hate situation because it's so difficult to see how people hate and treat each other. And at the same time, I love you unconditionally because we're all just here to help each other grow and hold hands and walk ourselves home, right? That's the lesson of being here. That's literally the whole point of being here. Not things, not houses, not cars. That's just stuff. That's just stuff. Mind you, I like stuff, but I'm just saying the point is, right? You're getting freedom. You're getting freedom. There is a release. There's cords cutting from... Oh, and my heart's like now racing. There's cords cutting from all of those lessons from the past, all of those people from the past, all the things that you were unable to, because those people that had those, whether it be a negative experience or whether it was a good experience, you still had a connection because there was still emotions there that were not being worked through. There were still things that you needed to let go and release. And this was a 16-year cycle, meaning it didn't matter even how much you healed through it. Still wasn't going to be let go because you still needed to go through more and more healing. The more you go through, the deeper you go through when you heal, right? But this is allowing you a freedom right here. This is giving you your wings. There's going to be a sense of feeling like there's going to be a sense of release. There's going to be a sense of, oh, and by the way, happy full moon. I just looked out and it's a full moon. And that reminded me, this full moon is literally cutting the cord to any people, anything that you had in the past, and releasing you. It's releasing you now to be able to make your own choices. Because in this situation, in the last 16 years, you were being brought people to mirror you and to bring out those pains and those hurts, and that were going to teach you lessons. Again, whether it be good or bad, they were all going to teach you lessons. And now you're allowed to move forward without those lessons, because those lessons have been learned. At least enough for you to make different choices, correct? And again, this isn't for everybody, because not everybody is on the same timeline, but this is a cycle that has been 16 years. Whether you still have karma to pay or whatever may that be, that's a different story, right? But I'm talking about this 16-year cycle is now over, and this is going to bring you guys success. There feels like there's been a blockage in a specific area of your life that you haven't been able, no matter what you did, you have not been able to move forward in this. And it's because you had all of those strings attached to you. You had all of those lessons that you still had to close out with people, with places, with energies, with mindsets. Let me give you an example, okay? I just found out 4 months ago, okay? I looked at it's not a birth chart. It's, when I remember, I'll comment that down on this video. But I just realized that I'm actually a generator for abundance, for money. Basically, I am a light switch for money in my chart. Not everybody has that. Yet I have struggled my whole life with money. I would make a lot. It would never stay. I would be at the lowest point where I had no money to eat. And this is all because I had that light switch of, I'm not abundant. I don't make money. Money doesn't. It was these ideas that were put in my head, or how I grew up, and these ideas that I didn't even know that were there, right? I'm literally a generator. It's called a manifesting generator, meaning I could manifest anything if I knew how, if I could harness that to the point of I could manifest things quicker than almost anybody, right? And I have gone through my whole life deceiving myself because of the way that I think. I have been my own problem, right? This is just an example to give you guys that everything that we have is within us. And yet there needs to be a change in your mindset, in the way that you think. Even in relationships, we tend to think we know everything. Like, no, I know better than them. And that's your ego still. Like, you're still not understanding that there always needs to be change. There's always going to be growth, learning, and teaching in any relationship. If you feel like it taught you a negative thing, then yeah, you're going to learn a negative thing, but that's just something that you're going to have to learn through in the next person or the next relationship, right? So it's all about our mindset and the way we see things and the way we feel things. If we want to harbor anger for people, if we want to hold on to the past, that's what you're going to keep on calling, okay? But right now is the best time to release these things, because this moon is the time to do it, especially with Gemini. With Gemini in Jupiter. Jupiter is expansion. It's expansive of home, family, health, wealth. Right now, you can make things happen. You can move the mountains you need to, as long as you are putting the motivation in, the right mindset. And remember, if you still harbor pain and heartbreak, you're going to be manifesting through pain and heartbreak. Guess what that's going to bring you? Pain and heartbreak, okay? Because you have new beginnings. New beginnings. And what's funny is I didn't look at this card, and then as soon as I saw it, I got a bunch of messages. Look at the moon on there. And look at all that water, these emotions. All that green is your heart back open And this other card also has green in it. This card has gold and yellow, which is, where do you manifest from? You manifest from your solar, your ideas, your that's where all the ideas come from. That's where you harness all your fire energy, and that fire is what you use to bring your ideas to life, right? And this is bringing you guys new beginnings and success. I feel like this success is not for your new beginnings. This success is saying that the cycle that you just completed it successfully. It doesn't mean that you don't have any more karma, depending who I'm talking to, right? Depending on the path that you've been on, etc., etc. And here you have next a grand symphony, and all I hear right now is the da, 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 like when the kings and queens are coming, and they're coming in their royal carriage, and they're announcing this grand announcement of this. It's like a graduation. There's like a graduation of you learning these tests, you going through these tests and being able to successfully understand when, where, why, and how, right? And I'm hearing this grand symphony, and your ancestors, look at all these hummingbirds and all this green, and look at all these hummingbirds. There's a bunch of hummingbirds here, and there's just a bunch of green, just a bunch of heart energy. Look at this. Look at all this green in these cards. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, my hair is so long. It's like getting stuck everywhere. Like, I literally sit down and my head pulls back. I'm like, oh, maybe I need a cut. Anyway, I digress. Sevens could be very important. So I look at the card and then sevens could be very important. Which 7 is also a number of luck, money, abundance, changes, good changes. Yeah, so you could be seeing 777 right now. And then because there's new beginnings, you're going to have your authentic self, your authentic you, your authentic beauty, your authentic thoughts, who you are or were meant to be. And you're going to allow that to shine through clean, without harboring any of those things from the past. Some of you guys could use some Reiki healing. I am seeing some of the lights that I see when I do Reiki. You guys could, there is some, not that it hasn't been released. It's almost like it's at the surface. It just needs to be a little bit cleared out. So maybe a lot of movements. Dancing is really good for moving the energy. Yoga, water, so swimming or taking bath salts. But this is bringing you shining through, not just like, I'm not hearing just your personality, but you as a person. You ever see those people that are just walking down the street and they're just like shining because they're just so, you see them and you're like, oh, they look so just shiny, like so glittery and happy. That is what I'm seeing. There is a sense of just you guys walking or just being your authentic selves and just your true self shining through, right? There is no need for you to present a false facade to the world. Just you guys being yourself, right? Right. Okay. I can't hear you guys, but let's ground this down a little bit to the 3D. So we're going to clarify freedom. Okay. Oh my goodness. Freedom. Oh, let me see if I get one more. I usually like to do 2. Yeah. Freedom is clarified by basket. Recognition, reward for merit, and valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. What did I say? Oh, there we go. Yeah. I feel like the people that I'm talking to, and this could be something that you guys are coming to, because I do feel like there is people that are working towards this and are close, and there's people that are there already, right? And so I feel like you are being helped tremendously by your guys' guides, your ancestors, especially your ancestors. What I'm hearing is that nobody in your family has ever been able to make it this far. Nobody in your family has been able to unlock certain gifts, have been able to reach a certain amount of success, have been able to whatever it is that you're the first person to go to college, you're the first person to whatever it is, and you are going to be recognized by the universe, by God, by whoever it is, because you have been doing the work, or you are doing the work to get exactly. Look at this shit. New beginnings was clarified by success. Like, okay, one more. The universe said, we said what we said. Look at compliments from an admirer. There's a lot of doors opening up for you guys right now. There's a lot of opportunities, new doors, new ventures that are coming through, to try out different things. I'm hearing you're going to be walking in unknown territory. In unknown territory. And it is to help you not only continue growing, but in a different way, but also to help you make this generational wealth. Which, remember, wealth is not the same for everybody. Like my idea of rich, or what you would call abundance, is freedom. Like having the enough to be able to travel, having enough to do whatever I want. Try new things, go new places, meet new people, help other people. That is my type of rich, right? Of course, having my own house, maybe having a bunch of animals, but my idea is not to be a billionaire, right? My idea is to be able to, it's just a different type of idea. It's more like freedom. And everybody's, and if you want to be rich, that's fine. That's your idea of abundance, right? And so a grand symphony is clarified by you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift and victory in some endeavor. What am I talking? This, look, I'm not crazy here. This is, look, my guides are like, we said what we said, okay? And then let's clarify shining through. I feel like some of you guys are going to be given an idea or a leg up in a new business. It's going to be, I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is a gift from the universe or your ancestors. So a lot of your guys' gifts are going to start opening up. Because those are gifts. Like, those are literally some of the most beautiful gifts you can have. But there are going to be ideas that can come in that you are meant to expand on. And that will bring in your success in life. And you'll be able to do what you love and be able to survive with that kind of business, if that makes sense. I feel like that came out weird. One more. Okay. And then you got, for new beginnings, you got money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. And then you got use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Like, I don't even know. What else do we need to say about that? And at the bottom we got someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Okay, like I said, there is still disconnecting from people and places from the past. Remember, if you start doing better than other people, they don't like that. They like it when you're doing the same or less, because people are envious and feel like, why am I not getting it? Don't worry about that, though. I'm hearing you. They don't need to worry about that. It's just to be aware, but there's nothing you have to do, because you guys are truly protected from those things. Just make sure you are cleansing and cleaning your house, okay? I'm going to get one last guidance cards for Geminis. But yeah, things are going to be amazing. But just make sure you are paying attention to new opportunities, meeting new people, I'm hearing. And also start writing down your dreams, because you're going to be sent ideas and thoughts. I'm just going to get one. It says it's time to release negativity. I mean, I love it when it all comes together, right? And you are good enough. Okay? All right, Geminis, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye.